of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting will be called to order. And before we start the meeting, I would like to take one little step here, and I would like to present this to Mr. Taylor.
Oh, another one.
Certificate of appreciation for your council work over the years.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right, so the first order of business, public announcements, and details may be found at www.fairfieldme.com. Non-emergency town services will be closed on January 2nd in holiday observance. Second order of business is public hearings, of which there are none tonight. The third order of business, public comments, limited 3 minutes. Members of the public may speak to the council or request the opportunity to speak on a specific item that is on the agenda, or may email comments to the council at info@fairfieldme.com by 4 p.m. the day of the meeting. Submitted content may be read aloud at this time. Was there anything?
I have nothing.
Okay. All right, then we'll go to the fourth order of business, which is reports from staff and committees. Town manager report.
All right, so I hope all of you had a very nice holiday over the past weekend and that folks have a very safe new year this coming weekend. On the 15th of December, I did attend the KRGA General Assembly meeting. If you had seen the article in the paper regarding the Rome withdrawal piece.
Yeah.
And then December 23rd, there was an article in the Morning Sentinel regarding the Economic and Community Development Committee's survey efforts on Mill Island, so that was some good coverage. And I did also receive word today from the Council of Churches. They've been planning on opening what is called the Gathering Place here at the Community Center.
Okay.
They'll be starting January 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This will be posted. It is a warm place for our community to gather, conversations, games, and refreshments. Their plans are for it to be open to all ages every Wednesday, so we've started out with booking the first 2 months, and hopefully we'll see how that goes for them. They've been keeping me in the loop as they work through their process. As general updates, all 3 union memorandums of understanding were completed last week, and the ARPA bonuses were given to staff prior to the holiday. Councilor Thibodeau and Councilor-elect Lawrence are all signed up for the NIMS training that's going on in Waterville on January 24th. They're the only 2 that I've heard from, so if it fits within your calendar to do so, please let me know, and I have that information here again if you need that. And then also, Maine Municipal Association has posted January 19th. They have an elected officials webinar coming up for either newly elected or veteran officials. If you're looking to do that, that's a 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Zoom webinar. Just let us know about that and we'll take care of that registration. The cost of that is $50, but that is covered through our operating budget. So just so you're aware. And then also in your packet, we always ask if there are other committee reports or board reports. The most active other board that you have that you don't hear from regularly is the planning board. So the most recent set of approved planning board minutes is in your packet tonight. And we're going to try to make sure that every time a new set of those minutes are adopted by the planning board that you get a copy of those so you'll have what's going on with that board as well. And that's it for me.
Michelle, what was the time on the Gathering Place on Wednesdays?
It's going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
This actually stemmed from all of our conversations regarding being more active in the community and what things they could do for teens. And so this was originally designed with a thought process for seniors, but also teens involved. So like if folks need a place to come in and do homework and maybe need someone to help them with that or that kind of piece, or folks want to come in and the gym's not booked, but they want to walk around the gym because it's difficult to get out and get exercise, or maybe it's just a place where you can turn your heat down at home and come here and have a warm meal. So they're going to be providing all the services and we'll see how it goes.
Good. And the Zoom meeting for the webinar is on what day?
January 19th, it's a Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Committee reports.
The Economic Committee is going to meet this coming Tuesday at 3:30 here in this room.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Nothing. We've got, I know on the Mill Island thing, we got quite a few returns on the,
Well, we had
No,
61
stuff that we-
responses. That's not to
response.
say that we had 61 different surveys.
okay.
Right.
No, I know that, but I mean,
No. Some folks,
No, but it's-
because the survey questions were the same for every section.
Right.
Some folks just kind of did particular sections that they wanted to do, or they
Yep.
maybe only answered one question in the section.
Oh,
or
okay.
that kind of stuff. So, but it was, the intent was not to guide a conversation or votes towards anything. It was left to be open so that
Yep.
folks' actual feedback was what was taken into consideration. So that's the pieces that have been put together, so.
excellent,
Yeah,
yeah. And
and I have heard of people regretting that they'd missed the survey, but we are planning an open house at the beginning of the year.
Right.
Latter January,
You come in,
February.
It'll be
in February.
And people can still come in and add their thoughts at that time
Yeah,
at the open
that's
house.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's, I've heard good things about it, stuff like that, so.
Good, thank
we're
you.
Going well. All right. So we'll move on to the fifth order of business, which is the consent agenda. Now, these items are considered routine or standard business and therefore will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests prior to consideration of this portion of the agenda, and in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered next on the agenda. So the first item is item 22-142, ordered the town council hereby waives the reading of and accepts the minutes for meeting 2222-20 held on December 14th, 2022. Item 22-143, ordered that the town council hereby approves the treasurer's warrant number 81, general fund, in the amount of $81,546.07. This is not limited to, but including Morton Salt, MMA, and motor vehicles. Item 22-144, ordered that the town council hereby approves and signs the sewer certificate of commitment in the amount of $158,639.25 for the second quarter fiscal year sewer billing for the period of 10/1/2022 to 12/31/2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussions. All in favor? Carries full. Okay. Moving to the sixth order of business. To take action on the following items of business as read by Council Chair. Item 22-145. Ordered that the town council hereby authorizes the Fairfield Road Commissioner to facilitate speed study on Industrial Drive in collaboration and compliance with the Maine Department of Transportation regulations.
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion on that. That was,
Bruce is here via Zoom if you have any questions, or I can
right,
answer
is
questions.
Bruce, is he online?
He's here
here?
via Zoom, yeah. He-
Okay,
I'm here.
all right, just checking.
Okay.
Right, and it's, DOT does provide this for no cost, as long as they have approval from the town council.
Right.
I think it's a good idea, because
Yeah.
traffic has increased.
And it will, and there's, a
Yeah.
lot of kids and stuff down there. And
Yeah.
a lot of things going on now. All in favor? All opposed? Absent?
Abstaining.
One abstain. All right.
Councilor McDonald.
And we'll move to the seventh order of business, which is council, workshop, and other business. Number one on that is discuss the municipal budget 23-24. Michelle.
So I had provided in your packet tonight just some information that I had picked up from MMA's website, the municipal budgeting piece that kind of summarizes a workshop that they used to do, and it's back from 2005, but it's still pretty relevant today, just to kind of give some history to some folks, especially our new members that we have, as well as a reminder of the required municipal services that we have to do. as we get ready to go into the budget season. And then just kind of wanted to see whether or not there's anything really specific that the council was thinking about as we start the budget and get that all put together and processed. Just put this on here for you to have a conversation about that, just as we continue to go into it. And because it was a good topic of discussion last meeting and then for this meeting as well. But I had nothing else other than that. The staff, the department heads and I are working on those budgets. We're putting those together. And they should hopefully come together for you relatively quickly.
Yeah, because I know we always have meetings in January and usually in Saturday mornings. And,
Yep. And what we'll do is we'll have for you by your next meeting a draft schedule for that.
Right.
And all of those pieces, and then hopefully you should have, the entire budget package by your next meeting as well.
Right.
So.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions or anything?
I think there was a lot discussed last time. I think there are a lot of maybes, and I think we just have to trust our department heads to try to put together a good budget, and we'll go from there.
Right. Okay. Second, on seventh order of business, is discuss other council business.
I have a list.
You have a list?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's all written down.
Okay.
But it's the end of the year, and I just feel like I've been amiss for several years in not thanking people for the job they're doing, so bear with me. To all our department workers for their dedication to the town and their jobs, I thank you. To all department heads for their dedication and professionalism to helping make Fairfield the best that it can be, I thank you. To the counselors for their guardianship and helping to support our town's initiatives, past, present, and future, I thank you. To Tammy Manier-Pease for her selflessness in helping with the juvenile situation, I thank you. To all those who have attended our meetings for the welfare of our citizens in the past year, you have helped me to be informed, and I thank you. For the police department and their initiatives to help the children in our town, you are helping to touch the lives of many. I thank you. To our EMTs and fire personnel, I thank you for your professionalism in a life or death situation. Thank you is not enough. Your actions are cherished. To the town manager, your job is 24/7, 365 days of the year. Your dedication to making Fairfield the best that it can be is truly noticed. I thank you also for budgeting wisely and guiding departments to keep our taxes down. Thank you. To those that come to Fairfield and support our businesses and activities, I thank you. To the Economic and Community Development Committee, your involvement, dedication, and sincere interest in our town is so encouraging. Thank you. To our businesses for keeping Fairfield a place to visit, I thank you. To Chad for his expertise in technology so that our citizens are able to view our council meetings, and for helping to build community with specially produced shows. I thank you. And lastly, to Mike Taylor. For years of dedication to the town as a counselor, you have brought for me good business sense and practicality. Thank you. I will miss your humor, your intellect, and your participation. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Very good.
I think you covered just about everything.
I'm sure I've missed some things, so, but if I have,
No.
I'll catch up on them later.
You
Somebody will
didn't
tell
miss
you by the end of
anything.
the week.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't miss anything.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well covered.
Hey, Michael?
I want to thank the members of this council. I appreciate spending the time and the debates and everything that we covered. Thank you to all the staff. It's been an interesting 3 years, and I may see you folks again in the near future, depending on how things go. So don't be surprised if I'm back on this, running from this board again in a few years.
Excellent.
So I guess definitely I should leave it up to the former educator to lead the way. I had my nice little list of people who I wanted to thank, and she did it much more eloquently and was much more complete. So definitely I want to echo Stephanie's sentiments
Thank you.
there for all the town employees and all the folks that come to this community and make it a great community. I also want to make sure that I did thank Mike, and he's been a kind of a mentor for a little bit for me. At least I tried to sit back and watch and kind of taking in his a measured approach. So I appreciate that, of course. As we start the new year, I think there's always, I think is the start of new things. And I think there's still a lot of worries about what's coming. And I think one of the biggest things is to always remember maybe. So before you jump to conclusions and before you make up your own stories in your head, may think maybe that might happen. But let's think about what is actually in front of us and take what we do have and make the best of it. So we will take one step at a time. And I think we're looking forward to this next year. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Very good. And Mr. McDonald, have anything?
Yeah, I'll just make it short. It's important when you end a year to end on a positive note. That way you begin the new year the correct way. So I'll just end with that and look forward to a positive and productive new year.
Yep. We will continue on to the new year and do one step at a time and move everything forward and work for the citizens of Fairfield.
Yep.
All right. That being that, I guess, then we go to the next regular meeting of Fairfield Town Council, which will be on Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. It will be held as a hybrid meeting via Zoom in the council chambers at 6:30 p.m. At this time, we will go into recess and sign all documents that required signatures of council members.
Last motion?
So moved.
I was looking, Michael, sorry, it's usually Taylor Thibodeau. I'm sorry.
He can adjourn.
Okay. Thibodeau Taylor, we got it.
All right, we're in recess.
I saw that look on his face.